What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of The Sully Show. Today, we're not doing whiskey, believe it or not. We're switching gears over to some cognac. Today we have the one and the only Remy Martin VSOP. A buddy of mine from work gave this to me. This is what he normally drinks. He wanted me to try it out on the channel, let everyone know how wonderful he thinks this stuff is. But, you know, you're here for my opinion, so we'll see if it's truly wonderful or not. If you want to pop it right open, try it out, and then as we're letting it settle on ice, I will tell you a little bit more about what makes Remy Martin VSOP Remy Martin VSOP. So let's go ahead and pour her up. Nice little glass there. Pop the cork. It is a cork. I opened it. This is my second take. I already opened it, so you're not gonna get to hear the cool thing. It's darker than I expected. Honestly, I expected it to be a little bit closer to the Irish whiskey color than a bourbon color, but it's pretty dark. See how it goes. Smell. Oh, what did I do? I almost didn't smell it. I'm crazy. Get a smell in there. It definitely smells fruitier, not like a fruit wine, like a fruity drink, but like you smell some fruits in there, since that's what cognac is essentially made out of, is white grapes, mainly for Remy specifically. You definitely get some smells of some fruit in there. Along with a touch of wine, I would say. You get like a little bit of wine and some fruits. Let's go ahead and dive on into the drinking part of this, which is my favorite part. Tickles my nose a little bit, but not much. The bite isn't anything too crazy. It's strong, a little bit stronger than I would prefer, but it's nothing too crazy. Drinking it neat isn't painful. It isn't like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's just a little bit stronger than what I would prefer. However, the flavors come through amazingly. Flavors come through amazingly. So at first it's, you know, some bite, a little bit of oak. And then after all that leaves, you get some fruit notes in there. Some wine in there, a little bit of grape in there. It's actually very flavorful. I'm pretty impressed. It's not too bad. Now, if you've never had cognac, I've had it once or twice. I've had Henny once or twice. I've tried this months ago. I took like a swig the other day. I haven't had much cognac though. So if you haven't had much cognac, haven't had any cognac, it doesn't really compare to whiskey that well. Like, you can't really say like, oh, it's whiskey with a bit of this. But you get the same notes of some oak in there, like that oak barrel. You get some of that in there. It is a dark liquor, which, you know, a lot of dark liquors kind of have a little in common. But it's a whole new world. I thought they would be moderately close, just different flavors. I would have to say whole new world. We'll go and get this on some ice real quick. So while that is settling down on the ice and the ice is working its magic, let me tell you a little bit about what makes Remy Martin VSOP Remy Martin VSOP. So it's aged between 4 and 6 years, which, if you've watched my video on whiskey terms and definitions, you know that for it to be VSOP, it has to be aged at least 2 years. Sorry, at least 4 years. That's my bad. So it does make that a VSOP requirement. So it aged somewhere between 4 and 12 years. Again, website wasn't specific on the exact time. It is 40% alcohol, coming in at 80 proof. So, you know, just as strong as a Jameson Black Barrel. I believe the Angel's Envy was also 40%. But, you know, just as strong as some of the higher end whiskeys out there. It is $50 for a 750. So, less expensive than Angel's Envy, more expensive than everything else we've tried. $50 for a 750, for me, is on the higher side. $30 for a 750 and below is kind of I guess, 30 bucks is kind of like reasonable price. Below is obviously great. Anything above 30, I'm kind of like, is it worth it? Is it not? At 50, definitely on the higher side, but obviously there is more expensive things out there for you to taste. Now, on the side of the bottle, it says that you will notice some ripe stone fruit and vanilla. And I definitely get that ripe stone fruit in there. If you don't know what stone fruit is, like me, I didn't know what it was until about 2 minutes ago when I Googled it. It is fruit with a pit, basically. So like cherries, plums, peaches, those are probably the 3 most common stone fruits. It's just a fruit with a pit in there. So, I mean, like when I drank it, I don't notice like, oh, I'm tasting cherry. But I definitely notice fruit in there. I definitely notice some fruit flavor coming through on the back end. It's kind of like a trailing flavor. Like after you swallowed the whiskey, after you drink it, it's like it's there a little bit longer on your tongue than the rest of the flavor. So it's like a little undertone in there almost. Don't really get much vanilla, but I'm also not an expert again. So, might be some vanilla in there. I personally don't pick up much vanilla though, but I do get a little bit of that stone fruit in there. A little bit of fruit in there, I should say. Now that it's had a second to cool down, let's give it a sip, see if it's better, if it's worse, if it's different. So again, obviously ice cuts down that burn to bring out the flavors more. And I would say it really does bring out those fruit flavors more. Not enough to the point where I can be like, peachy or whatever, But I definitely notice fruit in there. I definitely notice something a little sweet, something flavorful more than oak. Or something, flavors other than what you would taste in a whiskey. Something different, something unique. All in all, though, great stuff. I would say recommend. I would say it's good. Now, $50 a bottle, personally, I'm not going to buy it often, and I'm not going to drink it fast. However, it is good. If you like cognacs, try it out. If you have never had cognac before and you're like, oh, I'm interested in it, I would definitely recommend trying it out. Don't go buy a cheap cognac if it's your first time trying it. Because while if you don't like it, you save money, you also have a less likely chance of trying it because it's crap cognac. That's why it's cheap. Same thing with whiskey. If you're just getting into whiskey, buy yourself a few nice bottles. I'm not talking you have to go get, some $70 for a $7.50 kind of deal. But don't just buy the cheapest thing on the shelf because chances are good you're not going to like it because it's not good. That's why it's cheap. Get yourself something in that $30 to $40 range normally where it's not too much, so you haven't lost a ton if you don't like it, but it is still quality whiskey, so you have a better chance of enjoying it. But that's just my advice, do with it what you want. But that right there basically sums up our review of Remy Martin. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff overall. If y'all want to see any other kind of alcohol on this channel, whether it's beer, vodka, type of whiskey I haven't tried yet, cognac, gin, wine, whatever it is, drop in the comments, let me know what it is, and if I can find it and afford it, I will do my best to put it on this channel and let y'all know my thoughts on it. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, help me out. If you didn't enjoy this video, let me know why you didn't enjoy this video and how I can make the next video more enjoyable for you. Or even if you did enjoy the video, let me know how I can make the next one even better. Until next time, though, pour yourself a glass and let's drink. Cheers.